Hi, welcome to discussing with building communities. We're gonna welcome Jesper today, and
Hello.
and Jesper is one of my very close grid work partners, I should say, because every time we connect, we do really amazing work with the earth, with his land, and he's helped me in my land too in Los Angeles. And Jesper is in Denmark. So it's been a pleasure connecting to Denmark. Like it's such a beautiful environment. And so me and Jesper have connections through the Cosmic Hive. That's where we met. And that's where it all started for us. And we were immediately connected to one another through healing sessions that I think one time we had a one-on-one, right? Do you remember?
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah, and I think
Mm.
that's when we were like, oh, like that we could work together, and that's where
Yeah.
all our remembrance started to activate for one another. So today's goal intention is to connect with the term of holding space. And Jesper, you do a lot of work, and it's very admirable. You connect with so many people. You worked in like in other countries and done grid work there, and you host this beautiful space, co-host a beautiful space called Healing Hearts, and you bring people together in the community, and I feel that that's so it's very admirable and it's beautiful, and I feel you have this drive, you know, and so with that said, like how did you get started and how do you feel like intuitively like you wanted to create these groups of communities?
I've been wondering if I even have an answer. I don't think I have, but I was simply um, drawn into doing all these things for quite a few years now. And it like it started, yeah, of course, with human relations, connecting, and but the real why it even happened and why it happened to that degree, it was just the timing, and I have like e kind of no part in it because it just happened. It wasn't willed, it wasn't an effort, it was just uh, like being in that space, and then I was put in that space, and then I was like engaging with that and being active with that, of course, but receiving a lot of information and also putting out some information when needed. So it was like the receiving and giving and interchanging, which just happened to develop in this amazing, beautiful way where we connected. And I think, as you said, I remember now the first time we actually connected, we were doing a one-on-one on the Cosmic Hive, and we tuned into each other. And I think from that stage even, I found out, well, we have lives together here. And I think I found even eight, and that was just the most prominent ones of them. And we had this Pleiadian connection, and there was so many things. And I don't know how I got all of these informations, but it just felt, like we are here. It was like mm, mm, meant to be in that way. It was just the energies were just and it was the same. They were adjusted for the time so that I was meeting so many people that were resonating. And with that resonating, um, I had the chance to develop into all of these things and these diving into things with people for whom it was also a natural thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it so that was like accommodating the space, which is this is all about. It is a space, and I think we all. I think that is actually the like the theme here for providing space for oneself, mainly for oneself,
Mm-hmm.
but having it reflected by others, of course, which will grow. It will grow. It will be like it's just a natural growth, and then it we need to connect in order to grow and have that interchanging. It's not really validation. It's rather the it's the space. It is a space where things can are possible because it can grow and because it's like you're going to the grocery shop. It's just it's daily, just daily living. But if you compare it to how it might be if perhaps in another setting, this would be quite out of the ordinary. And that's why it's so important to have these connections where you can actually uh, that you share and have, yeah, because I've been blessed in that way to have people uh, around very close in that way where it was so beautifully available for me to grow these things, and it has been a something that was provided for me to grow. That's how I see it, because it happened so like extraordinarily,
Mm-hmm.
extraordinarily um, strong in that way. It was like a huge space that was like 24/7 and in many ways.
Yeah.
So this, yeah, but the whole thing is that you have to accommodate that space for yourself in the first place. That's where it all starts.
Yes.
But of course, it helps being with others
Mm-hmm.
as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like from my perspective watching you, it's like you have that soul of like you're not afraid, you don't hold back, you follow your heart, you lead through your heart. And that's how you've opened so many doors for yourself, so many communications with others because you're very heart-centered and and you just lead through the heart and you have this natural adventurous. And it's so funny because me and you were Capricorn sun and Sagittarius risings. So I,
yeah,
I connect with that, the drive, the wanting to see better and the wanting to to build, right? And we're connected to our heart. And fear is like in the back of our head. I don't know if you feel that way, but you know, holding space for yourself first and foremost, it is exactly how everything begins because you're not allowing those, and it's challenging to be in this earth and question ourselves, right? From questioning ourselves and feeling a little bit of, should I do this? You know, those little thoughts. And but once you start like moving forward and how you start building your connections, and you receive so much gratitude from all of us. And I see you like in like these circles of healing, and you hold so much space for us, Jesper.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, and not just for us, but you also like tune into others, you bring in like you hold space for other people that are not in, like, let's say, the spiritual communities. You have so much heart to give to other people, and you bring it into our space, and we help you hold that space for others as well. And I think that's something really beautiful to take from you, like look up to you in that way. And
Wow.
you just recently had a festival. You do every year, you co-host, and and that also is part of you holding space for a big community. So so we kind of talked a little bit and touched base of how you felt after, like, you came back home from this festival, this beautiful energy that you created. So coming back, sharing your energy, how do you unwind? How do you like ground and hold that space back for yourself?
Well, it's a week ago or so. So I've been landing and like regenerating because it's a huge thing. We were like uh, 30, 35, 40, and I think 50 at one day. So it was where people are coming, and then we also have a visitors day, and so they'll be yeah, having a chance to come there. We call it a summer camp in a specific part of Denmark at the coast. Very beautiful, and we've been doing this for 6 years. So it's like the whole planning to do this is like we start like 4 months ahead, and then having defining what is the need at this time. So we set intentions, and we set and yeah. So we start like having this intention, which is also like a space holding uh, 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 intention in that way. So the whole thing is started by this, and we define, well, what is needed now? How can we do this? And then over time, we develop workshops, and some days there are three, sometimes, but that's even not the truth, because I think there's rather 4, 5, or 6 during a day, and they are like each there's a lot of energetic work. There's dance. There's um, like more philosophical approaches, and it's just a mix of many things. But um, so the whole thing there is also like when the workshops are actually like being defined, we can see afterwards that they are like fully in tune with our intention. Although people are coming from outside and offering workshops. So it's like a full spectrum in that way. So that means that our intention and our is a very strong. tool
Hmm.
to manifest things, um, and also well, of course, we also calibrate the energy and who this the way we want things to go, and everything to be smooth and all of that. And in that part, you even helped this a week before, eh, helping doing what we perhaps would call grid work, but it's also like works for the buildings, work for the like the
Like
whole area.
environmental.
And yeah, and the people there, the energy that has to be cleansed before we arrive, and also like so that when people gather and arrive there in from the very first moment, they'll just feel this energy, and it'll just feel natural and no effortlessness in that way.
What I
So
remember is the word we felt was bliss.
it was
Like,
bliss, yeah,
and I felt what everything from the land, and it was just so calming and blissful, and
yeah,
that I wish I was there personally.
yeah. And it's so, and then when you come there, and the first people start, we come like an hour or two before people start arriving. And then when people start arriving, they land on that space, and we can
Mhm.
see all this like pouring out of the whole thing, the land, the people, the eyes, and the connections. And then it's
Mhm.
like, well, we actually made this. It's like kind of uh, surprising to see what happened there. And then you can go through a full week with a lot of actions and a lot of things there, and everything has just been like fantastic, beautiful, and all these connections with people and all the s- little meetings, or the little and the larger connections in that way. So it's like promoting that space to like so people can like sip and like inhale this energy
Mm.
and be in that. And the intention for this camp was um, to stay um, to stay. It was not the exact words, but staying in your own strong space within a very disturbed world.
Right. To find your own peace and
To
ex
be there and to be
allow
strength.
yourself. I think that's important. Like you hold the space for people to allow themselves to feel safe, to
Yes.
feel calm, to release what any stress, anything that's called negative, a lower dense vibration.
Yeah. So
And with that, Jesper, like what impact do you desire or wish to see from society in terms of if we started holding space globally, like because that is just one section of like the term holding space, right? That's exactly the definition of holding space, that you created this environment for people
yeah,
to just like come
and
back
very
to
much that.
themselves. So,
Yeah, and very much that it is a co-creation between five people
mhm,
working together like effortlessly.
yeah,
And we've been doing this over so these years, and
mhm,
it's we never lose the
yeah. Well,
energy to do that. So that's kind of a that kind of energy, like having these kind of things.
mhm,
Uh, actually, I think it's like an exemplary uh, way to demonstrate the way that we do this and work together for people to work together and actually have some results out of nothing. Absolutely, we start from scratch every time in that way, and then still being able to create something quite big and beautiful
Mm-hmm.
from that space. It's like the integrity of us spreading, and also the way of each of us being able to connect to ourselves, which is always the basic thing, that you are able to connect with yourself, and then being able to go out and do things in the world in the way that you feel, and um, because in that way it can come like naturally.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, um,
Yeah.
so we also provide that when we're doing things like this,
Mm-hmm.
like I've done with you, and like I think we already are even doing now. In,
Definitely.
yeah,
And also to holding space means being completely present for one another and to support each person without judgment, without trying to fix them or even trying to control their outcome. And it's a practice used to make people feel safe and heard. And even during difficult times, it's just creating a safety space.
it is.
And I see how you're trying to have that impact with the people that come to your festivals, the people that come to the healing circles, to take that and teach it to other people, and creating these communities and spreading this awareness that you don't really need much. You just hold the space for a person, for them to grow and evolve and become more centered with themselves.
Yeah, and I it's I do, of course, do group sessions like on this camp. Also, I did three of them,
Mm-hmm.
but in individual settings, it uh, no matter what it is, it's like um, facilitating the space that will uh, um, make people able to be in their own space. That is always the thing that you need, and that's always, there might be little or greater obstacles, but in fact it's very easy.
Mm-hmm.
All it takes is just a little time, and in that way.
Yeah.
And I think I think actually it is because holding space in that way, and showing what is actually going on in an individual system, and
Mm-hmm.
also like being able to feel it without running away, is a very um, it's a very thing that is needed. And I'm actually amazed in how short time you can change um, this this kind of people, this kind of uh, distance
Mm-hmm.
of fears that are inside people,
Yeah.
and
The
and
transmutation.
yeah, transmuting this. Of course, there's healing going on,
Mm-hmm.
but mostly it's just the mostly it's just the time that it takes to integrate these things,
Mm-hmm.
and then with that specific help that I don't even know how I'm able to do, but it's what's going on in
Yeah.
that way.
And it says a lot. And I was gonna ask how you would recommend somebody that doesn't do healing work, somebody that's, you know, like wanting to open their hearts more, be more centered, like where would they start? But I think you answered the question of just being, having the intention of wanting to see people transform. And what impact do you feel or desire through this, like globally? Like if you're seeing into the future, like how do you see people holding space in what
within
way?
themselves, within themselves. That is, there's no other way.
Mm,
It is all like the answer would be that if it's for anything, just give yourself time, sit with yourself, and that would be to like digest whatever is going on, and on a further note, it would be like meditating on your heart to connect with that force and that energy and that feeling, which will always give you the peace and the regulation of the mind. So meditation is like the foundation for uh, for being for balancing yourself and your energy like each day.
like I heard the word presence, you know,
Yeah,
that's what.
yeah. To get back to the present, it is that is what is possible in that case, and so that's the whole thing. We, we are so seldom actually in the present moment.
Mm,
So that and so yeah, meditation is my thing
mm,
in that way. So I'll promote that as every unit and would have to create that space for themselves and that peace for themselves in order to see the world be like a more balanced place in that way.
mm-hmm,
So it's like it always has been, but it's still so. There's no uh, uh, quick fix for that. It's just, but still, it's really easy
yeah.
and it's very easily available. So
Mm-hmm.
uh, in that way, there's a lot of hope.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
beautiful. I love that.
yeah.
Mm. So, Jesper, if people want to reach out to you or contact you for services, where where can they go? I know I'm gonna do the link, but I know you have a website.
I have a website called Soul, um, and then this little hyphen, soul-alchemy.dk. And if you give the link, people can find it easily. And there's an English language overlay to it, so just reach out and you can. It's very easy there. You can book a you can book a free a free talk, introductory talk, and yeah, there's an easy way. Actually, I'd give you a link that will go to a page that's called Start, and I'll give it to you because it just say do this, do that. It's really easy, and of course you can read a lot there, but the easy way is just to connect.
Mm, that's beautiful. Yeah. Well, thank you, Jesper. And personally, like knowing you for a few years now, like you hold space for me in even my hardest moments. So, my deepest gratitude goes to you, and I look forward to keep working with you, and I'm so grateful that you're here with me in this moment and sharing your beautiful wisdom, and I look forward to everyone watching and to share their experiences and to start growing by holding their own space for themselves and then teaching themselves to hold space for others, and building this beautiful love the earth needs in these times. So I appreciate you, and thank you everybody for watching.
Thank you for this invitation. You're amazing.
I love you. Thank you.
Bye.